But she has, and a lot of the similarities, truthfully, we shared with a lot of things, and I'll mention some of those. She was born to 7 children to the union of Ezekiel and Mary Pringle. She's a native of Georgetown and of the Choppy community. I grew up in a rural area. The difference, her father, my grandfather raised us, I want you to think about this, and how far we've come in South Carolina, couldn't read or write. He could count money, but he couldn't read or write. She had the same issue, and we often talk about that. She was a 1968 graduate of Choppy High School, and I want you to listen to where she went to school, with 72 graduates. She did further studies at the University of South Carolina, the Citadel, Coastal Carolina University, University of Delaware, and believe it or not, Harvard University. That's a long way from Choppy, that's what I'm saying. 47 years as an educator together, I would often tell people we're over 90 years. She was a teacher and a counselor, classroom teacher of English and Spanish at the high school level, a high school assistant principal, Choppy High School, her alma mater, was the high school principal, J.B. Beck Middle School, director of built in, and I think she couldn't hold a job, really. Assistant superintendent for learning and school improvement, assistant superintendent for administration, and I have to tell you this one story about the deputy superintendent, because if you know me, sometimes right, Dr. Pringle, I can be unpredictable, and so one day I'm working on reorganization, and I walked in her office and said, Dr. Pringle, I've been thinking about it. You know, that last deputy I had wasn't very good, and I need another deputy. It was me, by the way. For several years, I just didn't feel it. I said, I want you to be deputy superintendent. You have a problem with it? Can you do it? It's a lot more responsibility, not much more money. She said, what did I do? I said, everything I don't want to do. Are you okay with it? She said, I guess. And I walked out and left, and that was it. I think she cried later. I don't know. But she was a great deputy. You know, she really helped and supported me and kept me out of trouble many, many times, and was a good cop, bad cop sometimes. I'm not sure who was which, but some of the things that she did in the community, though, she was a member of Hopewell Baptist Church, Sunday school teacher, still very involved in the church, member of the trustees ministry, member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority, member of the South Carolina. And this kind of hurts me somewhat, because she was the South Carolina Administrator of the Year. And she got a check and a gold ring. 4 times I've been runner-up. All I got was a bowl. My wife looked at me and said, you know, if you keep it up, you'll have a set. Well, that's not exactly what I'm looking for. She's a member of the South Carolina Association of Black Administrators, a member of the Association of Curriculum Supervisors and Developers, member of Georgetown County Multi-District Team, member of the Club, help, and Brendan's here, Mr. Mayor Barber, AMI Kids. They were the original board members for AMI Kids and did so much for that group, former Rotary. But you know what, I think her biggest, she never married because she always put her family first. Amen. She raised, I don't know if you know this, I lost count, at least 6 or 7, 8 nieces and nephews, and sent them to college on her own dime, and still does that even now. And not many people would say that. She really took the time away from her life to dedicate it to her family and folks in need. She was always very, very generous, but she never really wanted that recognition, and it's certainly well deserved. And I can tell you, for years, it's been an honor and privilege to work with her, and certainly wish her the best in retirement. I hear a rumor that she's going to run for the school board. So she can come back and be my boss and take care of me. But with that being said, I guess we present her the award, the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thank you, Dr. Dozier. Certainly I would have taken most of that out of there, but anyway, I'd like to thank God for the opportunity to be here with you this evening. Certainly, without Him, I am nothing. And it is because of God that I did what I did. I'd like to thank Beth Stedman, our awesome executive director, staff that's second to none, and my colleagues who serve on the Chamber Board. Thank you for this honor. Certainly, it seems as if you are recognizing me for doing what I love. I think I have the greatest number of family members here tonight. I have my cousin Woodrow over here. I have tables 8. Someone said earlier that you do very little, accomplish very little alone. And so it's been a team effort. Thank you for allowing me to be a member of the team. May God continue to richly bless each of us. Happy holidays as we go into the season. May you be safe, happy, and healthy. And to my best friend, Dr. Dozier, I've been playing dodgeball with him. When I see him, I duck. And I've seen him often. And I saw Mr. Kaviris at the cleaners on Saturday. And we talked, and he said, I'm going to see you Thursday night, and I didn't say anything. Because I was hoping they would know. And they all showed up. That's what I love you guys. Thank you so much. God bless you.
God bless you, Dr. Pringle. I get to sit next to Dr. Pringle tonight. I met her for the first time. I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in my life. We're like we're fast friends. It's wonderful. At this time, I would like to invite Brian Tucker, Executive Director of Economic Development for Georgetown County, to present the Lifetime Leadership Award to Selma.
Had I known that he was going to have to stand here with me while I did this would have gone completely different. I was originally told to stick to the script, and I will do that for the most part. But for those of you that know me or Mr. Hemingway, but I do want to read this just to make sure I capture some of his accomplishments. Henry Edsel Hemingway Jr., so for those of you that didn't know that Edsel was so, Henry Edsel Hemingway Jr. is a native of the town of Western Georgetown County. He has served as Georgetown County Administrator since 2008 and was Georgetown County Council Chairman for 8 years prior to that. He served a total of 11 years on council, following in his father's footsteps. Real quick. So once you retire, it will be how many years without a Hemingway on staff or on council? 47? 57.
Wow.
57. Let that sink in. He and his wife Kathy have 4 children, all here with us tonight, and 4 grandchildren, none of which are here with us tonight. So have their dinner. Four. Great. You need to sit closer. 14 grandchildren, and continue to reside in Hemingway. Hemingway is the oldest of 5 children of Edsel and the late Anne Rim Hemingway of Hemingway. Graduate of Clemson University. He only needed to go to one school to get it right, so good job. I keep going off script. Yeah, that's bad. Licensed CPA. He managed his family's Ford dealership until 2008 when he resigned to become the county administrator in Georgetown. He is also involved in a number of civic activities in addition to his time as terms as the president of Andrews Rotary Club, was the chairman of Georgetown County United Way campaign, chairman of the Georgetown County Economic Development Commission, president for the Andrews Industrial Development Corps. He is a member of Trinity United Methodist Church, where he teaches Sunday school and serves as a certified lay speaker. He certainly enjoys all outdoor activities, including hunting, fishing, camping, and golf. Yeah, I understand. He regularly attends football games and basketball games with his family, especially his grandsons. He's looking forward to enjoying more time with these activities upon his retirement next year. He also enjoys portraying the character Forrest Gump in a manner that elicits laughter for his audience. He may do that for you tonight if you all cheer very loudly. He's prone to do a number of impressions, and you never know when those are going to come out. So that's what's on here. So that's what's on here.
Didn't die.
I look around the room tonight, and there are a lot of people that we work with on a regular basis. Many of us have spent a lot of time in the DOC over the last 6 years, mainly against our will. But I've been able to see true leadership. In a very profound way. It has had a meaningful impression on me. One of the other things that many of you don't get to see, apparently I'm still on probation because I'm the only director that actually has to reside in the same office as Ms. Hemingway. But it allows me to see how he interacts with our employees, with our staff, with the residents mainly. It never ceases to amaze me how he will go out of his way to address a resident concern, a citizen issue, when he could very to any number of other different people. And I think that exemplifies his leadership style. I certainly have taken that with me, will continue to take that with me. I'll close with this. I don't know if any of you know this. I mentioned in his bio that he teaches Sunday school. And he taught a series for quite a while based off the Andy Griffith show. I'm a huge Andy Griffith fan. He's a Griffith fan. And you will take it as I mean it. You are the closest thing to Andy Griffith that I've ever seen.
Not bad for a used car dealer. Speaking of Andrews, Alan, where did Alan go? Here we go, right here. Congratulations. Proud of an Andrewsian, native Andrewsian, and keeping the leadership alive. Thank you. Before I go farther, Walt, will you stand up? Walt Ackerman. If anyone in this room is interested in the job of administrator for Georgetown County, please speak up. What else can we do but laugh? Again, congratulations on 102 years to our chamber. And before I go farther, I was looking across the room, and I was in the front and couldn't see everyone. I'm getting a better view now, but I'm not going to call anyone out, but I'm going to ask, and I thought that you guys would have asked earlier, is anyone here that's had perfect attendance for all 102 years?
That's right.
Some of you are holding back, but on that same point, Bruce, what a great milestone for the Georgetown Titans Help. 70 years. Thank you. My wife Kathy and I were each born in that facility during the first 5 years of your existence. I'm not going to say who was born first. And I'm sure there may be some in the audience that were born earlier than we were, but we were born, both of us were born within the first 5 years. And I have someone can attest to that because Dr. Harmon delivered both of them. Now, for some clarification. Ollie got a call from Julie to confirm our engagement decision. And she asked the question. Ollie said, Julie called and she wanted to know if you wanted to make any remarks. And I said, yeah, I want to make some remarks. So I need some clarity from Tom and Dr. Pringle. Did you two respond that you wanted to make remarks, or that what you did was just kind of thanks? And I didn't have more time than that.
Take the time. Take the time.
Brian, I was kind of having second thoughts. I kind of like Dr. Dozy. Let me say this. I did. I mean, without even thinking twice, I said, yeah, I want to make some remarks. I said, boy, I wish I'd have just answered no. And got up here and graciously accepted the award and thanked the chamber and thanked the board and thanked those that whatever the criteria was to present this award to me that I deeply appreciate and honor and treasure. But I said I would make some remarks. So as time passed, for a council agenda or preparing for a Sunday school lesson, I tend to put it off to the last minute. And I tend to rely on prayer to get me through. And most often, my prayers are answered right very close to the last minute. So last night, I lay down to call it a day. I asked God to provide me with the message and the words that He would have me share with you this evening. Well, I didn't get that answer last night. I woke up early this morning. Those of you that know me, some of you get emails rather early. Some of you get calls, where's Ray? Some of you get calls very early. But my day starts at 4 a.m. And this morning I woke up at 4 a.m. And I thank the Lord for giving me another day, giving me opportunities in the day. And by the way, Lord, have you got a message for me? Well, I heard silence. So I went about my routine, which starts with a trip to the kitchen and a bowl of Raisin Bran topped with banana. So I poured my bowl of cereal, sliced the banana, the milk, and I'm sitting there still waiting for that answer. Have we got any members of staff in the room? Of the watchers? I need witnesses. I am not stealing the spoon when I leave the room. This is the spoon that I started my day this morning. You didn't say, did you tell me anything about I might tell a story? I sat there, and for some reason, I focused on that spoon. And a little voice inside of me was saying, focus on the spoon. And I looked at it, and I twisted it, and I turned it. And at some point, I held it in this position. I said, that looks like a person. And then I turned it over. I said, that looks like an older person. But when I returned it to this position, saying, focus, focus. And the more I looked, I thought of the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks. I have a Tom Hanks affection on movies, I guess. But I thought about Wilson. I thought about the soccer ball that was perched and placed on top of the mast. And I thought about how Tom Hanks had personified that soccer ball. And I said, well, what the heck does that mean? And I gave it some more thought, and I really couldn't make any sense of it. Well, the Raisin Bran was getting soggy. So I decided I'd go ahead and eat. So I bowed my head, and I gave thanks for the meal that I was about to receive. And about that time, a more booming voice rang through my head. It said, it's the people, dummy. It's people. And then I turned my thoughts back to the spoon. I turned my thoughts back to Wilson. And I said, why did he personify that soccer ball? It was because he couldn't survive without the encouragement, without the support, without the uplifting of his fellow man. And that's the only thing that got him through that whole ordeal that he went through. And I started to reflect on the people that I have encountered in my life. And I thought about what role they played in my life. And when I stand here tonight, I look at family, I look at directors out here that have taken up more than one table, I look at my council members, I look around at every table here and think about the relationships that I've enjoyed with you people throughout the entire room. I don't think it's a table that I can't name one or more people that have been involved in some way in my life. And I thought about fate. Was it just coincidental fate that I crossed paths? I don't think so. I think to intersect paths with all of you tonight. And it was with me kicking and screaming and protesting that my mother made me go to school in Georgetown. Otherwise, I wouldn't have crossed the path of my little short wife back here. Sometimes I think, who would it be? I think about, there are many cases. The situation of my dad coming in after 34 years, he says, I'm not running again, you need to run. I said, I don't want to do that. He said, you need to run. Otherwise, I wouldn't have crossed paths with fellow council members, past administrators, delegation members, all of those people that came about because of that. And then ultimately, when I became administrator, that led to a whole nother set of friends and peers and opportunities and challenges that we've all battled through. Throughout this whole plan, and I know the award tonight is given for leadership, and I've reflected back on that. I never set out to be a leader, and I don't know. I mean, I've never read a textbook. I've never taken a course. I've gone through some leadership agendas much later after I was in the position that I'm currently in. But when I think back about the people that have influenced me, well, first of all, my mother, who basically said, you'll know it if it's right. You know how it feels if you're doing the right thing. My father, who, regardless of the circumstances, whether it's beneficial to you or if it's harmful to you, always be honest and always tell the truth. And back in my mother, always try to help someone. Anything you can do to help someone. And that's what I've carried out through my life and try to instill and share in my co-workers and my staff, is to say, if it's legally and ethically and morally right, try to help someone. Try to say yes. Try to do anything you can to help that person. And that's what has basically guided me, and I hope that would guide each of you. Now, Carl, I hate to, I don't want to realm of ministry. But I'd feel remiss if I didn't share this with you. I am absolutely convinced that the words I've chosen tonight came from above. I am convinced that we're all here to support and to encourage each other. Now, my challenge is that we extend that fellowship and brotherhood. I can tell you right now, Brendan, you know what we've been through. You know how powerful prayer has been to change the course of a hurricane, to get us through issues that were contentious on our respective city councils, county councils. First of all, I want to share with each of you that some of the things we deal with that we think is the most important things in the world really aren't that important. It's really short. And I'm convinced when we're no longer here, it's not going to be that important what color the building was on Highway 17. Or whether it was 38 feet or 35 feet. Or whether the setback was 20 feet or 90 feet. The important thing to me tonight is when I get to heaven, I want all of you to be there too. So to that point, I invite you to make the Lord and Savior your friend and to accept His free grace and salvation, so we can all. I didn't have the.
I don't think I was prepared for what an emotionally charged evening I was getting into. And I laughed. I stood over to the right and wept quietly as I watched you grow then for that pure rock never met. And I thought about Raisin Brand for a good 10 minutes. Wilson. I thought about God and I prayed. And it truly humbles me and inspires me more than you know to be in the room here. I get choked up talking about this is events I've ever been through in my life, and I've met some truly inspiring people. And God bless each and every single one of you. This remind me that this has been truly special. I won't ever forget this. I feel just very honored to be here, and you guys are awesome. That's all I can say. It's a real honor. As we wrap up tonight's celebration, I would ask Bruce Bailey, President and CEO of Tidelands Health, to join me on stage in offering a toast.
Where's the champagne? I know.
Kind of looking around for the champagne. You're asking me to.
Stretch.
Great. So I got to do that. Follow. And Brian and Randy. This is the most intimidating thing I've done in a long time, is following those guys and their speeches. So we need to get Sel a box of chocolates. And all that back to the Forrest Gump thing. Yeah, Raisin Bran, yeah, no doubt. So here comes the champagne. So
Yay.
we'll wait for the champagne. But champagne's being passed out just like everyone else. I want to thank the Georgetown County Chamber for putting on such a great event. I wish Beth was here to see it all. This has been very, very special for everybody in the room, without a doubt. And we're very proud of Tidelands Health to be a part of the Chamber, to be able to sponsor this event. So we thank everyone, the Chamber, and thank the staff here at Waukesha for doing such a great job this evening. I don't have any jokes.
Get Sel back up. Get Sel back up.
LSU, Alabama, Alabama, LSU. Yeah, we got an Ohio State fan here. Vanderbilt. I don't know. Spent their career serving others, and I think that is very. Raise our glass and give a toast to 3 extraordinary people, 3 extraordinary leaders, and 3 wonderful lives. Here, here.
You're here.
Cheers.
Cheers.
They don't allow me to drink it. I'll see y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Board of Directors and staff for the Georgetown County Chamber and the Chamber's over 700 members representing Dallas, congratulations, and we thank you for your contributions to Georgetown. Sponsors for your generosity.
Thank you.
And I thank all of our. It's been a great pleasure. Really quickly, out the presenters together for one big family picture.